would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Hashem, Yahushua, Hashem, Kadash.
We give double honors to Pastor Elders of Great Millstone and Shalom, Shalom to all you brothers out there teaching truth and sincerity. Alright? The Hebrew Israelites back out here once again to prophesy the downfall of Esau's kingdom and to bring remembrance unto the children of Israel, which consists of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, to bring it back to our God, who is to exist and to be. It's like it. Yah means he, Yahawashi means saves and delivers. Lord willing that this concession is edifying your Israelites, we have to go back to that, right? To call upon those names in the original tongue for it to have power in it, right? So it's Yahweh, Hashem, Yahawashi. You know? So once again, I'm gonna say it again. Lord willing that this concession is edifying your brothers out there, you female sisters, all right? We're ultimately gonna roll through the Spirit, all right? Yeah. Can somebody get that scripture where it says when he's about to fill his belly? Like that. Get that scripture.
Say again?
He's about to fill his belly. Because what since, I always got to keep repeating it every single week. Your brothers got your eyes open. Your brothers and sisters should have your eyes enlightened to see the times which we're living in now. It's very low willing, very, very soon that he starts pushing this RFID chip. And I'm gonna just say it straight up, man. Low willing that he starts pushing that. Because we know that that's going to be the final biggest prophecy to come to pass before the end. All right.
I got it, but where do you want me to start?
It's Job 23.
It's right here.
Start at 23. Start 23.
This is Job 20, verse 23. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
So while he is eating, and ultimately that's when he's trying to fulfill his NWO, which NWO stands for New World Order. All right. So Esau, this down here, all right, this down here, the RFID chip, that's which is the mark of the beast. That is straight up his biggest goal, to control the people. Because everything is going to be on that chip. From Social Security to your medical records, your bank records, housing, every single thing is going to be on that chip. And if you don't have it, you won't be accepted in society. All right. You won't be accepted in society. You can't buy, you can't sell. Just like what it says in Revelation. There's only going to be certain men that are not going to have that, and not going to have the RFID, and still able to do the certain things. Why? Because especially when it comes to the top banking families, shit like that, they don't need that. They don't need that because that chip is like a brand, like a branding that you put on a cattle or anything like that. It's like a sign of ownership. Right? They won't put it on themselves.
It's like back in during the hardcore slavery, physical slavery back then. the slave master didn't wear no brand, just to coincide with the slaves, you know. So obviously, these elites ain't gonna wear that. They're not gonna have it on them.
Yeah, that's what they're trying to take. Have two great groups. It's not gonna be in a middle class. It's only gonna be the rich and the poor. It's just like in the sense that they talk about, if I remember correctly, that the rich, was it? I think like despises the poor or whatever, something like that. You know, and you know how the Edomites are, especially the top bacon families. They don't wanna be grouped up with the poor or anything like that.
Well, it makes sense also that the and it won't be like that one person controlling everybody either, because these elites, the reason they have brands is so they can tell the other elites, hey, these are owned by us. You know, these cattle over here is owned by us. You know, it's like, just like there's Coke and there's Pepsi. These are Coke brand and this is Pepsi brand. You know, and then one of the two biggest sellers. You know, you're not going to see Coke selling Pepsi. You're not going to see Pepsi selling Coke. You know, so these elites, when they get together, they know each other's cattle. You know, so these elites, they're going to try to, when they brand everyone, they're going to know who's who. You know.
Yep. Oh, and let me get this. Let me get the shadow of Egypt, because there's going to be certain people who's going to take it and hope, because they think that's the only hope. Isaiah chapter 30, verse 1, it says, "Woe to the rebellious children, saith Yahweh, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover for uncovering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin, that walk to go down into Egypt, and not ask them at my help, to strengthen themselves in the strength of the Pharaoh, to trust in the shadow of Egypt. Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of the Egypt." Specifically, this one military guy, he didn't want to take it until they made it mandatory for the soldiers to take it, and he refused it. And basically, if you refuse it, you can be court-martialed. You know, and he was afraid of that. And then he made a video saying that he has to take it, this and that, this and that. He's got a family and all of this, you know, and basically. He had no more what's the word? He had no more avenues. All right, he was forced to take it. He had no more options. You know, and he had to take it. And it's going to be the same thing for the people out here, because they don't have Yahawashi, Yahawashi. You know, they're going to take that offering, man. They're gonna take it. They're gonna resist for a time, but when they start closing all the doors, they're gonna do the same thing what they did with the juicy juice, make it seem like, oh, it's your choice and everything like that. But then they start shoving it down your throat.
It's like what they did in 2020 with the Jabba Jabba.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
You know,
you can't do certain things that you could do before, and everything like that. So they start taking that, like, oh, you don't have to take it, but you're just gonna lose access to this, that, and that. You know, they're gonna do the same thing with that. You know, right? Yeah, and over time, you're gonna have the entirety of the society locked out to you if you don't have that. You don't have the MOTV, man. All right. You can read it.
Okay, I got Isaiah 36. Right. There's like Isaiah 36:6. Lo, thou trusted in the staff of this broken reed on Egypt, whereon if a man lean, it will go into his hand and pierce it. So is Pharaoh, king of Egypt, to all that trusted in him. So no matter what, Jake be trusting. Jake is always trusting this kingdom, no matter what. Jake is going through troubles, whether it be food stamps or medical or when they're in need of trouble, like let's say on this crime or whatever. Jake trusts too much in Esau and everything.
Yep.
With their bank account, something's wrong with the bank account. Who they go to? They still go to Esau, and for whatever things, And ultimately, Jake, because he don't want to come into this truth. Ultimately, Jake is going to trust Esau to also take the MOTV too, So Jake needs to snap out of it, and come back to this truth, You simple Jakes, even in your churches, you're not teaching that's coming, but they got these Christian churches. They're aware that's coming, but they're not pushing it enough. They're just using it as another form of business to get the congregation in there.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it.
They make merchandise of it, just like the scriptures say. They make merchandise of it because the way of the truth is evil spoken of. So they literally talk bad about the truth when the truth is the only thing that gives you the ability of salvation. This truth is the only thing that gives you hope. And they speak evil about the true prophets of Yahawashi. They don't give a crap about you in these churches, man. They don't give a crap about you.
Allow you to go in unless you have the MOTV.
These churches, even though you're gonna have a ministers, these so-called ministers. They're gonna take the MOTV. They're all gonna take it. They're all gonna go with Esau, regardless. There's no coming back. Once you take it, there's no coming back. It's over.
Yeah, they don't. There's no proper faith in those churches. They don't teach faith like that. You don't have that MOTV. All of that. Don't even be surprised if there's not even any churches or anything like that.
There's Edomite churches, like in the down south. There's a lot of Jakes go to those churches, those plantation Christianity. Some of them teaches the MOTV, right? But they don't push it as such like that, So I would imagine if that shit start to hit for real, I bet you all those churches they're gonna shut their mouth. They're not gonna speak anything of it because they already have it. So they're gonna start teaching something else because they still want to make that business.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised because there's already talks about banning the Bible, things like that.
What do they call us?
Huh?
Call us something. Cancel culture.
Oh, that's still rampant.
That's the same thing, right? Cancel culture.
No, cancel culture is pretty much, something about men, women, and
I got mixed up.
anything that's supposed to be more of an order of things, But then, when the MOTV, hits, Jake is just gonna take it, Jake is just gonna take it. Jake don't want to hear this word,
You see, China already banned the Bible.
I heard something about that. Yeah,
I heard some legends.
That's why some odd people that live in China can't really go out and preach.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know.
I heard. No, I'm not saying that it actually happened. I just heard rumors like.
Bro, I can't speak about it.
I don't know anything.
I don't know if I'm pretty sure there may be I came over there in China. I don't know. I can't speak of it because I don't know.
It was just rumor. It was like back in 2020 is what I heard, something like that.
I remember one in Japan, but I don't remember China. But
I know the Philippines had Jake teaching.
yeah, I remember that too. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this one yet. No, actually, I could be. Let me actually start at. Yeah, this is Matthew 6 and. I'm gonna read Matthew 6 and 19. It says, "Lay not up yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust doth corrupt, and where thieves break through and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in the heaven, where neither moth nor rust doth corrupt, and where thieves do not break through nor steal." It says, "For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. The light of the body is the eye, and therefore thine eye be single. Thy whole body shall be full of light. But if thy eye be evil, thy whole body shall be full of darkness. And if therefore the light that is in thee be darkness, how great is that darkness?" You know? And the water Yahawashi for taking us out of the world, man. You know? Else we'll be thinking just like everybody else in this damn world. And when that RFID hits, and they start pushing it, and they start really pushing it, man, and we didn't have Yahawashi, we'll be faithless like the people out here. That darkness, you know? These people out here, they don't have no hope because they don't want to believe in the only hope. They don't want to believe in the name of the only begotten Son of Yahweh. You know? In the name of, you know, you can read that in these wacky-tacky Christians' most favorite precept. You know? John 3:16 down to, was it 17? You know? Down to 18 maybe? You know? Because you're condemned already for not believing in the only begotten Son's name. His name is not Jesus, man. His name is Yahawashi. It's the ancient Hebrew tongue. You know? And you hear a lot of these people saying that it doesn't matter what he looks like, it doesn't matter what his name is, and all these type of things. It does matter. Else why the heck does the scriptures talk about believing on the name and glorifying those names and all of that? You know, a lot of these people out here, they're dumb. We require Yahawashi in these coming days. Because we're saved by hope. We're saved by faith. You know?
You know these again, I had to pick on these churches right now. Right now, like about a block down, you got these Christian churches teaching sweet Jesus pretty much. You know, and if you really look at it, they don't really have faith. You know,
It's supposed to be in the time of
you know.
you could or in the time of war, so we should be in the time of warning.
Yeah, I was just thinking about it. Like, you mentioned them down the street.
Yeah, down the
And you
street.
can tell who's the real prophets. Its difference is they have a big ass speaker, and we have nothing. We're using our voice. And then the other big difference you can tell. So we're holding the scriptures in their hand, while they're just speaking out of their ass.
Exactly.
Set up.
It's lazy.
It's lazy.
See, they don't read the scriptures, man.
You know, and they
That's a ugly ass mess.
and it's pretty much a delusional, like a delusional speaking. That's all it is. They're just speaking straight out of their butthole. You know?
And these simple-minded people out here just over here getting drawn to that.
Yeah, man.
You know, because the crowd.
It's just like what the scriptures say, speak unto us pleasant things.
You know that.
You want to get that?
a lot of
That.
a lot of them people, especially
Come to us pleasant
a lot of
things.
Jakes, they tolerate that. But when they pass by here, they either ignore us or they got some kind of contention. They want to debate something, you know. But over there, they're not going to get no debate. They're just going to see whether they get ignored or people get drawn to them. That's all they're going to get. Whether they get ignored or they get drawn to. Or they're just going to look at it and say, "Oh, these are just nice people. Look at the way they teach it." You know, but they're not teaching according to the book. You know, they're just speaking a lot of BS. You know, it's like take a turd and paint it as like pretty much like an Easter egg. You know how you color turd with pink and purple polka dots. That's all it is. It's a sugar coated excrement. That's all they're speaking. You know. So it's all
Again, they're speaking out of their ass.
speaking out of their ass. You know. And Jake, worldly Jake loves that stuff. Jake he likes his usual vomit.
A lot of these Israelites out here, I mean, a lot of these Jakes out here, they all so emotional. So they speak from their feelings. I feel this, I feel that.
Because they push the feeling. They push that feeling most of the time. And the main feeling they push is love. Always that love. You know, but guess what? Yahawashi, he got all kinds of emotions. It's not. The Lord also hates as well. He loves. You know? And love is an action. You know?
All right, listen to this. This is Isaiah 30, and I'm going to start at 8. It says, "Now go right before them in a table, noted in a book, that it may be for the time to come, forever and ever, that this is a rebellious people," referring to the Israelites, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, man. All right, this is who our Lord is coming back for. You so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Not what you wacky-tacky Christians teach, man. You know? The Lord's not coming for everybody. The Lord's coming for the Israelites that are scattered abroad across these nations, man. Across all the heathens. But their forefathers go back to Abraham, Isaac, and unto Jacob. Alright, so continuing, it says, "For this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord, the law of Yahweh, which say to the seers, see not, and to the prophets, prophesy not unto us right things, speak unto us smooth things, prophesy deceits." You know? And that's what our people want. That's why they want to listen to the wacky-tacky Christians and their smooth sayings and their smooth talkings, rather than hearing the true truth of Yahawashi, the true wisdom, which is pouring out of his mouth through his prophets, man. What is it?
A lot of these so-called Christians, whatever the hell they are, because they don't teach according to this truth anyways. You know, a lot of them they into the other wickedness, like they Sunday church, whatever.
Like the thing that holds the phone is broke, so we have to deal with a very dookie one. So
I'm gonna read a little bit of this. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse. Alright. Let me start at 18. I'm gonna read the second chapter a little bit.
It says, and I, brethren, when I came to you, came not with the excellency of speech or of wisdom, declaring unto you the testimony of Yahweh. And this is what we're doing out here, man. We're declaring unto our people the testimony of Yahawashi. You know, we don't got the excellency in speech, man, like the people out here do, like these wacky tacky Christians do, man. You know, they get paid to yeah, they get paid to act, man. And then they say no, they don't. They're doing it voluntarily, you know. But the one who set up the church is getting benefits from it. You know, in search of 501c3, man, tax exemption. This is what they get. You know, this is what these wacky tacky Christians get, man. You know, the true volunteers of Yahawashi are out here openly testifying of him without any benefits like that.
You're not asking for charity or nothing like that.
Yeah, we're not asking for any of that stuff, man. We come out here on our own free will because we want to.
And it's true, it's given freely from Yahawashi. You know?
And yeah, you can tell we don't close. Not yet until the Lord tells us until He comes back. You know, we come out here every night, every rainy night. It's raining, hard raining, snowing.
Rainy day.
Yeah, rainy day.
You know. So we're gonna push this through until Yahawashi says that's it. You know? That's it. It's over because now when Jake is in trouble, this is what's gonna happen. Jake is gonna look for answers now. Now Jake wants some answers.
Yep.
You know? These wacky tacky Christians, they ain't gonna say. They're not gonna say. They don't do prophecy. They the only thing that some of them will push is the MOTV, but that's it. That's just part of their business to get somebody in there. But that's it. After that, everything is just nice talk. Nice talk.
The people are merchandise. People are money to them. That's their money.
And we're supposed to rebuke our people.
The more members, the more money they get.
I can't believe how people still believe in that thing.
You know?
And because Jake doesn't want to believe it until it hits him right in the face.
Think about it. You know, a lot of these so-called whatever wacky tacky Christian or whatever. You know, even though the MOTV get pushed, some of them they're well aware of it. But after it's over, they don't really pay much mind on it. You know why? Because they don't get rebuked. They don't get rebuked. They don't. We gotta tell Jake, hey, you know, you're stupid idiot. You know, dumbass. You know you're gonna get this shit. You know, if you don't come into this truth. You know, these wacky tacky Christians, they don't push none of that. They only gonna push it at a minimum because it's all about business. It's all about business with them. They don't teach according to the book.
So I'm gonna read a little bit more of this. It says, for I determined not to know anything among you save Yahawashi HaMashiach and Him crucified. And I was with you in meekness and in fear and in trembling. And my speech and my preaching was not with enticing words of man's wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. You know? So just you know, comparing us to the wacky tacky Christians over there, they're playing some pleasant music so they can gather a crowd. So they can go like give you a card and say God bless you, but they don't even mean it.
Yeah,
No?
so that's a first. Usually they will have like a little band, or sometimes they bring a radio that you can hear a band playing. Oh Jesus, whatever, you know. But now they're playing a piano that sounds really nice and kind of like it's like an enchantment or something. Like it's one of those smooth pianos. It sounds like Mario swimming, like Super Mario swimming somewhere.
Reminds me of a scripture in Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter. Ezekiel chapter 33. Verse. You see the difference between this? Because when we come out here, we're piping onto this. This is true music that we're telling you. That we're telling you. This is true music. You know, and they're supposed to be dancing to it. But they're not. They want to dance to that. You know, and hearing music and to be captivated by it, that's not always a good thing. Why? Because listen to this. This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 30. It says, also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee in the walls and in the doors of the houses, and speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from Yahweh. And they come unto thee as a people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, and they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love, but the heart goeth after the covetousness. And lo, thou art unto them as a very lovely song of one that hath a pleasant voice and can play well on an instrument. For they hear thy words, but they do them not. That's it. And when this cometh to pass, lo, it will come. Then they shall know that a prophet have been among them. That's it, man. You know, in playing instruments to capture people. That's not a good thing, man. That is not a good thing. Because that's what it is at the end of the day. Is to capture the people. You know. So when they hear our voice, when they hear this word, you know, they act like they care, and then they forget about it later on. You know.
So they literally after they're done with that whatever they're doing, it's like clock out. They don't care. They don't care.
It's like when you're done with work.
I mean, how many homeless is out here? You know, you don't get help, and you can only help them what you can. While a lot of them, they don't really care. You know, these churches don't teach no real help. They don't teach according to the word. You know.
Let me read a little bit more of this. It says that your faith should not stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Yahweh. So when you see us out here, man, we don't got an excellency in speech. We're not trying to entice people to hear this word. That's why when we hear a lot of people saying, you got to change the way that you're talking, and all of this and all of that, or you're not going to gather a crowd and you talk like that, yada yada yada. We're not trying to gather a crowd. All right, we're out here for the elect's sake, man. You know, we're out here for the elect's sake. We're not out here to wake people up. That's not our duty. You know, our duty is to come out here and openly testify of Yahawashi, and to the ones that are apt to learn, we'll be apt to teach.
You know, and it's up to Yahawashi to decide whether they come out and hear this out or not. You know, or wake them up or not. You know, the only job we have to do is just bring out his word, because those are his words. Those are not our words.
That's it, man. Continuing, it says, so I just want to add also, you know, that most, like you see me, for example, I'm young. You know, I'm young. And a lot of people don't want to listen to the words of a young man. Even if he's holding the Bible in his hand and he's prophesying or anything like that, they don't want to hear him. What's funny is that they don't even want to listen to the wisdom of an old man. You know, this is the type of generation that we're living in. This is the type of world that we live in.
This is a world that Jake seek all kinds of answers, whatever makes him feel comfortable. Whether you know, whatever is the most perverse or profane thing, they want to seek some kind of answer that can fit their what they want. It's not really what they need. They say it's what they need.
They said prophesy deceits.
Right.
You know? They want something that is pleasant for them and it's for them. Like it's for their turn. You know? But just like what the scriptures say, it says the prophets that had been before me and before thee of old have prophesied against many countries and of kingdoms and of war and of pestilence. You know? So we're literally out here. We're not for the term for the people out here, man. The people who want to be coinciding with this damn world, we're not for their turn. You know? But for the true worshipers, Yahawashi and Yahawashi that worship him in spirit and in truth, I do get it.
That's why we're not trying to gather any crowd. You know, we're not trying to have a how you say, it's like an argument, like somebody raise their voice more to see who wins, like one of those petty arguments. You know, we're not trying to do some shit like that.
Verbal dominance.
You know.
This is St. Matthew chapter 13, verse 9. It says, "Who has ears to hear, let him hear." And the disciples came and said unto him, "Why speakest thou unto them in parables?" And he answered and said unto them, "Because it is given unto you to know the mystery of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it is not given. For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall know more abundance. This is, but whosoever hath not from him shall be taken away, even that he hath."
There, no more abundance, man.
Slaka shall have more abundance. Slaka.
Yeah, would you repeat that again?
It's like a soul cooking soul. Okay, it says, "For whosoever hath to him shall be given, and he shall have more abundance." Picture that. This is, but whosoever hath not from him shall be taken away, even that he hath. This is, therefore speak I to them in parables, because they see not, and hearing they hear not, neither do they understand.
This is why Yahawashi spoke in parables, man. He wasn't out here for everybody. He was only out here for the ones that understood those very same parables, because those were the men and women that were given to him by his father Yahweh. You know, and those ones that heard his voice, heard the teachings from his disciples, heard the teachings from his disciples, man. Those men and women are back here once again. It's just as the scriptures say, there's nothing new under the sun. You know, what's happened to knew that if they heard the word during that time from Yahawashi or from the disciples or anything like that, that they're gonna be delivered by Yahawashi in the end. You know?
It says, "And in them is fulfilled the prophecy of Isis." I don't know. I'm really bad at names.
Isaiah. It's another way. It's just a transliteration. So it's Isaiah.
Oh, Isaiah. Okay, I'm really bad at names.
Isaiah.
It's Isaiah. It says, "In which saith, by hearing ye shall hear, and shall not understand, and seeing ye shall see, and shall not perceive." "For this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have not closed. They have closed. This is, lest at any time they shall see with their eyes, and hear with their ears, shall understand with their heart, and shall be converted, and shall heal them. This is, but blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear."
To be converted means to return back to return. And that's how you're going to be healed.
These people, that's why they look for any means for comfort. You know, and the biggest lie in this world is what brings them comfort. Whether it be a lot of wickedness, and they want to hear things that are wickedness, so they can feel justified in what they're doing, anyways. You know, they could be alphabet soup. You know,
No, damn right.
They want to be comfortable with that, so they know they're doing wicked at one point, but somehow they want to hear for some church minister to say that it's okay. Like how they say, come as you are. It doesn't matter. The Lord doesn't judge everybody like that. He welcomes everybody. Let him judge. And that's not even scripture, anyways.
Yes, that's out of order. That's out of order. The Heavenly Father, He's a God of order.
And I'll tell you this, through the experience, because I grew up in that environment, that we got our own people go to one of these santerias and stuff, and they do like wicked shit, right? All them demonic crap, right? But they mix it with freaking white supremacy Christianity in it, having all the saints and the crosses and all that, and they say that part of it because the Lord's actually working with them too, which is a complete deceit, using magic on the left hand side, but they're saying it's actually a good thing, because they have the saints with it in that, which is also idol worship because they got all these other idols and shit. They go to all kinds of different doctrines and different beliefs and whatever idol shit. I got Isaiah chapter 8 verse 19, and when they say and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and mutter, should not a people seek their power for the living to the dead? Should not a people seek unto their power for the living to the dead?
You can see that. You can see it in the NLT.
NLT, right? Yeah, I'll read that. You see, Isaiah chapter 8, verse 19 in NLT. Someone may say to you, "Let us ask the medium, and those who consult the spirit of the dead, with their whispering and mutterings, they will tell us what to do." But shouldn't people ask Yahweh for guidance? Should the living seek guidance from the dead?
Should the living seek guidance from the dead?
Exactly.
Like he's the God of the living, man. He's not the God of the dead.
That brings me I think it's Matthew.
That reminds me. I think it was Ecclesiastes 17 chapter. Yeah, here it is. There it is. Listen to this. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 17, verse 22. It says, "The alms of a man is as a signet with him, and he will keep the good deeds of man as the apple of his eye, and give repentance unto his sons and daughters. Afterwards, he will rise up and reward them, and render them recompense unto their heads. But unto them that repent, he granted them return, and comforted those that failed in patience. Return unto Yahweh, and forsake thy sins. Make thy prayer before his face, and offend less. Turn again to the Most High, and turn away from iniquity. For he shall lead thee out of darkness into the light of health, and hate thou abomination vehemently." It says, "Who shall praise the Most High in the grave?" And that's it. "Who shall praise the Most High in the grave, instead of them which live and give thanks? Thanksgiving perishes from the dead, as from one that is not. The living in sound and in flesh. In sound and heart shall praise Yahweh." There you go, man. He's not the God of the dead. He's the God of the living. He's a fiery spirit. he's the one who gave. That's why he's considered the was it, the you know, when there has a representation or anything like that to about him, he's like that blinding light, you know, because he's like a flaming spirit, man.
Right, this is you know, this is just short verse right here. This is Mark 12 and 27. And this Yahawashi saying also, he is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living. Ye therefore do greatly err. You know, our people, you know, been, you know, doing erroneous things. That's a long word for err, an error, you know. That's what err means. You know, and our people been going off a lot, you know. You know, and this is Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Yep. How we word it. It's an NLT. This Isaiah chapter 8, verse 20 in NLT. Look into Jehovah's instructions and teachings. People who contradict his word are completely in the dark.
Shit.
You know? And it's true, man. People are like completely gone in that, man.
I accidentally just jumped to this.
You can also tell in other camps that I don't even have to mention.
This is John chapter 4, verse 22. He says, ye worship and ye know not what. We know what we worship, for salvation is for the Jews. But the hour cometh, and now is, that the true worshipers shall worship Yahweh. The worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. Yahweh is a spirit. And they that worship him must worship him in spirit and in truth. It's 1 Corinthians. It's like 1 Corinthians chapter 2. Chapter 2, verse
That's a fake roach.
verse 6. Howbeit we speak wisdom among men that are perfect, yet not the wisdom of this world, nor the princes of this world that come to naught. But we speak the wisdom of Yahawashi Yahawashi in a mystery, even the hidden wisdom which Yahweh ordained before the world unto our glory. Yup. And this is why when we come out here, we look weird as heck to the people. It's not here. This is fucking flesh, man. You know, we look weird as heck to the world, man. Really weird to the world. You know, comparing ourselves to, to what we consider weird. The wacky tacky Christians, man, they're weird as heck, man. They are weird. They annoy me. They're annoying me. The way that they speak and shit like that, yeah, they annoy the hell out of me. You know? But they see us as weird and not them as weird. Which is really weird in itself. That's a lot of weird.
Not a weird one.
But, you know, these wacky tacky Christians, they're the ones who are weird. And I can't believe that Elder Maka'ala said, you know, thinks the same thing. It was like, when the wacky tacky Christians start talking about love, like, I love you, brother, and everything like that.
That's what we call
He
wacky
goes
tacky.
like, he goes like, wacky tacky.
That's right. That's why I see.
It's now we see.
That's why I say the name wacky tacky fits them perfect.
Yeah. It's now we see the world for what it is. And this is, and you know, Jake want to talk about real talk. This is real talk. We see the world for what it is. Now, but when you see our wacky-tacky Christians, they seem like they're under some kind of under an enchantment spell or some kind of drug that makes them see everything with sunshine and flowers. You know, with birds singing. It's like an old cartoon. Everything's dancing.
Reminds me of what it says in Corinthians. You know, if they see us as a fool, which we know that we're not fools, it says let us boast ourselves a little bit. Why? Because them seeing us as a fool, that's something that you should be happy about. Why? Because you understand the mystery of the kingdom of heaven and they don't. You know? You're blessed and they're not. Pretty much.
Yo, if
Speaking as a man.
if being a weirdo means we don't be like them, then I'm gonna be a weirdo.
Yeah.
The world, we are weirdos in a sense. But you know what? It's the world is so upside down right now that everything they see is everything to them is good now. And whatever we say, you know, and it's not our word. Whatever we say from the scripture, because really Yahawashi is a word, you know, is evil to them, you know. So they flip flop everything, you know. They put good for evil and the evil for good, pretty much, you know. It's like the scripture said, you know. And the Lord is, you know, he's totally against that, you know, because it's like taking his word and just like throwing it behind him, pretty much, you know.
You just missed that. There's a lady. You know my lady that walked past, but she looked like she looked like Cersei from Game of Thrones. With her eyebrows like this. Yeah.
That shit is gonna be put to shame. Edom's gonna put to shame. You know?
Shame.
You know that's it. Yeah.
I'm gonna read a little bit of the first chapter. So this is 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse. Let me start at 18. It says, "For the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved, it is the power which are saved. It is the power of Yahweh. For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent." You know what's so funny about that? When it talks about the cross, people literally take the crucifix, and they wear that shit, everything like that. I know that they say that crucifix is a representation and stuff like that. Nah, you're not supposed to wear it. You're not supposed to idolize it. Nothing like that. The cross that is talking about there is a representation of the blood on which Yahawashi died for us. You're not supposed to worship or idolize or make, you know, anything of that the crucifix. It makes absolutely no sense. You know? Continuing, it says, "For it is written, I will destroy the wisdom of the wise, and will bring to nothing the understanding of the prudent." Where's the wise? Where's the scribe? Where's the disputer of this world? My gosh. He says, had not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world? And man, you can see how foolish the way that their mentality works. You know? You could, man, with the wacky-tacky Christians, man, they go into replacement theology and all of this type of thing, man. They try to, yeah, they try to establish a doctrine off the scriptures, which you can't do that. You literally can't do that because the scriptures are literally tells you straight up. It literally tells you straight up, and you can't make a doctrine off of that at all. You know?
And they're going to create their own contradiction, pretty much, because now when they start going off on it and doing a doctrine based on that little particular thing in the scripture, they're gonna start taking things out that they disagree with. That's how they start to go off. You know, like some doctors already teaching that, John the Baptist went off, and they don't believe in Paul because Paul of this and he went off pretty much. This start taking because they just want to keep the things that they like.
It's stupid. It's stupid. They take the scriptures and they try to butcher it up so it can fit their doctrine.
In other words, cherry pick.
And that's the real cherry picking right there.
Yeah, man. It says, for after that, in the wisdom of Yahweh, the world by wisdom knew not Yahweh. It pleased Yahweh by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe. So we're coming out here, we're looking like fools, man. We're looking like fools. Openly testifying in the name of Yahweh and His Son Yahawashi. We're looking like fools out here, man. We don't give a crap about our reputation. We don't give a crap about how we look like to you or anything like that. See when it says, after that, that's like 22, it says, for the Jews require a sign and the Greeks seek after wisdom. But we preach a Mashiach crucified unto the Jews a stumbling block and unto the Greeks foolishness. But unto them which are called, both Jew and Greek, a Mashiach the power of Yahweh and the power in the wisdom of Yahweh, because the foolishness of Yahweh is wiser than men, and the weakness of Yahweh is stronger than men. For ye see your calling, brethren, how that not many wise men after the flesh, not many mighty, not many noble, are called. But Yahweh hath chosen the foolish things out of the world to confound the wise. And Yahweh hath chosen the weak things out of the world to confound things that are mighty. The base things of this world, and things which are despised, hath Yahweh chosen. Yea, things which are not, to bring to not things that are. It says, for no flesh should glory in His presence. But of him are ye in a Mashiach Yahawashi, who are of Yahweh, is made unto us wisdom, righteousness, and sanctification, redemption, that according as it is written, he that glorieth, let him glory in Yahweh. Let him glory in Yahawashi. The Lord.
I got Matthew chapter 11, verse 25. At that time, Yahawashi answered and said, I thank thee, O Father, Lord of heaven and earth, because thou hast hid these things from the wise and prudent, and has revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for it seems good in thy sight.
Have a great day, guys. Really do appreciate it. Yeah. You guys do so much.
Plantation anyways. Alright, everybody face the east. That's where the sun gonna face the east. I would like to give praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
B'Shem
Yahushua,
B'Shem
B'Shem
Kakadash.
Alright, I'm gonna
once again, give double honors. Past the elders a great millstone. You know, the one that this can't stress was edifying your brothers, you my sisters, or exhorting onto you. You know, I'm gonna leave it off with my prayer. So Shema Yasharallah, Yahawa Allah Hayyina wa Yahawa Akhad.
Above the ball!
Shalom, Shalom. Hey, echoed across the avenue.